Bye, Seth. Oh,
Good season. Good season.
dude, great season.
Good season.
Hey, man.
Good
Great
season.
season. Good to have you.
Yeah, good to have you, man. Good
I
season.
quit.
Okay.
Fuck. I'm not doing it.
What, editing?
No way.
We can probably pay someone to do it.
We should pay someone to do it.
We have the money. It's
Yeah.
just Seth's been free, so why would we?
Yeah. Hey, you gonna do it?
Hey.
Thank God. That was gonna be really expensive.
Yeah, there's no way that was gonna have to work. Yeah, that was gonna.
I really hate you guys.
Okay, I hate you too, brother. I love you so much. Please have a good day.
Shit.
Thank you for all your work today.
Hey, thanks, man.
And I
Piss.
do hope we get you tomorrow at some point.
Absolutely.
Because
Piss off.
tomorrow's the fun day.
Get out of here, you bitch.
Tomorrow's. You'd be in the middle of a piloted by me and Christian.
Oh shit, dog.
What?
Oh, wait.
No, Christian would be in the middle.
What's going on?
I was wrong about mechanics. Christian would be in the middle.
What's
Why?
that? This is the first I've been told about any of this.
Have you ever eaten a Reese's?
We don't actually have central heating. We don't need it. We just leave our crock pots on.
What the fuck is pink lemonade?
Yeah, no. Escape goad.
You're dead? I'm eternally playing golf.
It still tastes
Heating
like
hasn't
so.
been fun since 2006.
Kachoo!
Go.
A little light stab.
Spanish. Oh, because I hate the French. Fire.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another final episode of Anything But Politics. As always, I'm your camp counselor, Jim, and I'm here with
The Grim Reaper, baby.
the Grim
We're
Reaper.
killing this shit today.
Oh, shit, I love the energy. Ah! That's solid energy.
Let's go.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
Hello, everyone. And another final does work, and I won't hear it. I don't want. So here's the thing. I'm being really defensive. Like, people are like constantly telling me that my word doesn't make sense when no one's ever commented on the word that I choose for the day. We are today finishing up season 3. But before we go straight into season 4, we're going to bring you a month of bonus content. It's just going to be it's going to come out at the same time the episodes do. But the schedule that we've got coming up is every Wednesday, instead of an episode, you're going to get some summer camp stuff.
Summer camp. Summer lovins. Lovin' in the summertime.
There you go.
Who remembers that?
Is that regular show?
It is regular show.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, are you Mordecai or Rigby?
I'm shorter.
You don't want to know what's weird?
What?
I'm taller, and that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
But also,
Does the energy match?
I feel like the energy does match,
I
and I
think so,
want to
too.
know if that's true for every short tall person combo.
Ooh, that's a good.
Because Anna's shorter than me, and y'all have the same exact energy. Y'all
We
are
do.
twins.
Seth is taller than the both of us.
And
I would
he,
say
he,
Seth
he,
has.
he gives me Benson energy.
Oh, he does give Benson.
But that's
energy.
because he has us in the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
We should just. Oh, that'd be a fun episode. We just need to cast ourselves in multiple universes.
Just
Who are we in Bob's Burgers? Who are we in regular show? Who are we in Adventure Time?
Is it offensive to say that Merlin has to be Pops?
Why?
Simply
Because they're
of the
English.
accent, yeah.
He-
Because I don't think they have the same energy.
I don't know.
Do they have the same energy, actually, now that I'm thinking about it? Or does he give skips?
He has. It's a half and half. He
Yeah.
sometimes pops, sometimes skips.
That's a good one.
But
That's
it's
a good
one
point.
of the two. But also sometimes muscle man energy. Merlin's got it all. Welcome back, everybody.
What's up? What's up, everybody?
What's up? Also, goodbye. It's weird to like open an episode and say hi, everyone, but also this is the goodbye episode.
See you guys later.
I think I did this recently, right? I feel like I did this for another type of episode. Maybe it was
St. Patty's Day?
maybe it was St. Patty's, maybe it was something else. But I was at work. Maybe
I'm sorry.
it was last night, wasn't it? No, it was 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, I'm at work, and I was like, well, I got the season finale coming up, and I want to be able to do it well. What do I talk about for the finale? Because I don't want this to be an hour of us talking about the show. You know what I mean?
No.
I want to talk about a fun topic.
Yeah.
And go out strong.
Yeah.
Because you know it's boring? Hearing an hour's worth of stuff about the show
Right.
from a weird kind of behind the scenes standpoint that just isn't very interesting.
Yeah. Agreed.
So I was like, what did we talk about last year? So I went back and I listened to the season 2 finale.
Wasn't it Rebecca Hartman?
That was almost Rebecca Hartman.
Oh.
Merlin said the same thing.
Oh, it was Ty and Christina.
It was Ty and Christina,
Sorry,
our
guys.
social media manager and our TikTok editor.
Yeah.
And a really weird phenomenon occurred where I have not listened to that episode in so long, and it was also a literal year ago. So there was a brand new disconnect. Most of the times when I listen to an episode, it's the one that came out that week. And
Right.
I'm vetting it for, is this good? Does Seth need to cut anything else? Did he miss anything?
Right.
I listen to episodes to make sure everything's cool. Once everything's cool, awesome, I'm good. And also to like kind of look for highlights. If I laugh at anything and you don't pick it, I'll,
Yeah.
But I'm listening to it and it's been so long since I've actually recorded it that I kind of forget the stuff that I said. So I'm listening to it with fresh ears. That is such a charming episode.
Is it?
It aged so well.
Oh,
I
I love that.
love that finale.
Love that.
Because of course Ty and Christina are just really good
They are,
conversationalists.
yeah.
But we talked about some funny stuff. We talked about travel trauma.
Yep.
Yeah, the airplane and
I remember
stuff.
that.
Y'all go listen to that season finale. That was good. And then when you're done with that, come back because we're about to do it again.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you want to talk about the submarine incident?
Do you want to a little bit?
I did want to a little bit, but
It's
I don't.
not political.
No,
it
it's
is only topical.
It's definitely not political. Yeah.
And
it's very-
ergo, if
topical.
it's not political, it's on the table.
But we should probably do that for last week.
For last. Oh, you're totally right. You're totally right. You're totally right. As for now, do you want to talk about summer camp? Did you ever go to a summer camp?
Oh, this is perfect.
We're gonna do a summer camp episode.
Oh,
Let's do
yay,
this, baby!
summer camp episode.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So how many years did you go as a kid? Did you go like once or twice, or do you think you went like, man, I remember going every summer up until a certain age, until I aged out?
So I went to a summer camp in 4th grade. That was my first time.
Sick.
And then I didn't go back to that summer camp. Not for any weird reasons, but just to be real with you, we didn't really have a lot of the money to be able to send me to a summer camp.
That's totally fair.
So we found cheap ones, and then
Yeah, I feel like the money when you were in 4th grade that your family had went to more maybe important things.
eating. Yeah.
I was going to say hospital bills.
Oh, no, because we have Medicaid.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
didn't really need to pay for.
Man, have y'all always kind of been covered? I'm so happy if y'all
Oh,
have
yeah.
y'all ever had like a rough period?
So the
This
problem.
won't be put in the episode, by the way.
No,
You have
that's
to
okay.
perform this.
The problem with Medicaid is you have to have there's a salary cap. So dad had to decline so many jobs because it would have put us over the cap and we would have lost our Medicaid.
So
But-
he's a realtor, and like when
No, he was not a realtor.
What-
Back then he was doing he was in concrete.
I just love the idea, he was in concrete.
Yeah, they had to like
Fuck.
chisel him out.
No. When I know that your dad's a realtor now, still.
Yeah.
So
No, not real. No, he quit that.
okay, so
He was that for maybe 8 months.
I have a business card of a
Oh,
thing
yeah.
that your dad did for 8 months.
Yeah.
Well, in my mind, that's what he was. So when you were like, he had to turn down, I just imagine him showing people a house and being like, and this is the nursery. It fucking sucks. This is the kitchen. Cockroaches everywhere.
This toilet is known to explode on many occasions, so don't touch that toilet.
Don't touch that toilet. Just to make sure that I'm not making so much that the that Medicaid stops.
Yeah, no, but he would be put up for promotions, and he would have to say, "I'm sorry, I can't take that promotion because it puts us over the cap for."
Wow.
Yeah, so he had to turn down a bunch of jobs. So we were like forced to be poor because
Yeah.
if we went over the cap, our medical bills go from 0 to over $1 million a
That's
year.
the case with a lot of things. The worst of it all is veterans. I don't think you
Yeah.
get veteran benefits if
It's
you get
terrible.
and not even it's the salary cap for that is so small
Yeah.
that you have to live in like extreme poverty because God forbid for 30 minutes your bank account go over the limit. They
Yeah.
will call you and be like, "Hey, looks like you're good now. You're
Yep.
back on your feet. No more help."
Yep.
Um
It's bad.
back to
But anyway, yeah.
summer camp. So
Yes.
4th grade.
So
you went to the
4th
first
grade.
one, you didn't go back to that one.
We did not go back to that one. They were all often linked with church. So like, I never went
Vacation
to like,
Bible camp.
no. It was camp, but it was like, so the first one I went to was called Camp Grace.
Okay.
So, but like, I remember it being like very loosely. Like I think we would have one session a day where there'd be a speaker.
Yeah.
And then that was about it. The rest was like fair game, like go play sports, go do whatever you want.
I totally understand that because when I tell people that I went to a Christian academy for like my first couple years of school, they're always like, "Wow, that sounds crazy." It was like school, but on Wednesdays I went to an hour of chapel.
Yeah, same.
That's it.
Same.
It's like Bible camp isn't 100%.
No.
It's just like
Hey, an hour.
we prayed before we ate. We all prayed
Yeah.
before we ate.
Yeah, and then 1 hour a day,
Yeah.
you go do a thing.
Okay.
And you hear, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
So it was camp. It was our church went to that camp. So then the next year, our church didn't go to that camp, so I didn't go to that camp.
Okay.
So that was 4th grade.
But
and then-
where you did, the bus rolls away and you like got your backpack on and just no one's there. And you're like, oh.
That'd be so lit. Are you kidding me? To have a campgrounds by yourself?
When we have fuck you money,
Yeah.
I am renting Clyde Austin 4-H Center for a weekend, and like us and a team of like 10 people are gonna go on that giant ass campground.
Sweet.
Yeah, they got a lot there.
That's
they got
cool.
a pool. They got
I love pool. I could play pool for a whole day.
nice big mess hall.
Nice.
The cabins were always pretty good.
Sweet.
I love that. I'll talk more about my summer camp experience in a moment.
Yeah.
Um,
So we did that. And then my next camp experience wasn't until 7th grade.
okay.
Again, linked to church. It was Centra Kids, which is
Ah,
like this is what all the North Carolina church kids go to.
cool.
So it was like over 1,000 kids.
Yeah.
Like kids everywhere.
Yeah.
And that was really fun. I went 1 year and then I aged out. And then didn't go again. So then there was, sorry. Just got a really bad scratch on my throat. Then there was
Available right now on Merlin's Etsy, by the way, link in the episode description.
no more summer camp for me. Those were the only 2 summer camps I did. But I did Camp Willow Run in the fall with my school.
You went to so many fucking camps, dude.
Well, so that was in the. Is it okay if I fart on your pillow? So that was during the fall. It was the beginning of the school year. You did like a month of school, and then they were like, "All right, Camp Willow Run," and I was like, "Cool." So then we went to Camp Willow Run. So I did that every year of high school except for junior year,
Oh, hell yeah.
and then I now get my first counselor experience in a month.
You're first? I thought you've done this before.
I've never been a camp counselor. I was supposed to last year, and I got sick.
Oh, okay.
But
what
this
were
year-
you doing? You've done an event where you've like,
Student weekend. So that's just
what is that?
So that is essentially, it's hosted by our church because we have a pretty big church.
Yeah.
And so everybody meets there to do stuff, and then you go back to host homes.
Okay.
So I was with the group
Oh,
of 6th and
then
7th
we've done
graders.
something like this.
You did something like that?
It was more of like a traveling. It was kind of like I don't want to call it a revival. I don't want to call it a revival.
I gotcha.
But it was kind of like that, where it's like, hey, for 1 week, we're going to come to your church, and there's like a sermon every night
Yeah.
of the whole week.
Yeah.
And this entire group of people that travels the country doing this at churches need to stay at host homes.
Right.
And we had like 2 people that were really cool.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Or 1 or 2 people that were really cool that stayed in my house.
Nice. So yeah, but that's it.
It
That's
wasn't
all I
nice. I
got.
lost my game room for a week.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is
That's
actually a
fine.
bummer.
So
What about you?
I had a very different camp experience. So I also went to camp like almost every year, starting at like the 4th, 5th grade age, or
Nice.
maybe even like, around 4th grade. And then that went up until like, maybe I went 4 times total. So from 4th grade up until like end of middle schoolish or like mid middle school. I really don't remember. It's been, I'm getting to the adult age where I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, remembering my childhood.
Yeah.
I don't remember what years I went or how many times I went. I think my amalgamation of memories of every year I went are all mixed together. Like I couldn't tell you what one day looked like for any of the years I went because I'm remembering different sections and
pieces
compiling
from-
a day out of them.
Yeah, that's tough.
But it was always the same camp.
Okay, cool.
So it was always with the same people. The
That's
first year,
fun.
the first year was kind of like yours because we went to a different campgrounds
Mhm.
that I don't think they liked. Or they just found a better opportunity and went to this new one. Either way, I only went to that one once and I didn't love it. I had a good time. Didn't love it. Loved the other place we went, and the group that we went with was awesome. It's an insurance company. Have you ever heard of Woodman? Woodman of the World?
Mm-mm.
It's an insurance company, like life insurance. And that's just something they also do.
That's a weird.
Hey, dog, they also used to have monthly meetings at the local Piccadilly. We'd go, we'd all get a free plate, and we'd talk about meeting
life
stuff.
insurance? Oh,
We'll talk about the minutes from the last meeting. We're voting on this. We're doing a community thing and all doing this thing. It's weird. Like,
is weird.
Don't look at me like, Jim, you must know. I do know that's weird. But that's Woodman of the World. And they had this camp that Jamie went with me the first year. She might have gone with me the second year, but I think that would have been it. I started going alone after probably the first year. And it was lit. I mean, the camp director and a couple of the big people were always coming back. A couple of the counselors would come back regularly. But it was like new kids almost every year.
Oh.
So I didn't really like get to meet up with, hey, remember me from last year?
Yeah.
That wasn't really the experience.
Yeah.
But when I was a kid, of course, I'd say even now I'm okay at making friends. So like I'd quickly like my cabin, like it was a great time.
Yeah.
I've told this story. This is Camp Woodman
That's
of the
the
shadow
story?
puppets. Yeah, we have our 2 counselors. It's nighttime. One guy has a flashlight. Another one is doing shadow puppets on the wall. And it's God, it was sex shadow puppets. He had his hands in a position that
good.
looked like they were fucking, and it was the funniest thing because he was really good at it. He was like oddly, like you could tell this guy practiced. And I'm like, if you're horny enough to be practicing sex shadow puppets, then like, what does your free time look like? I'd be doing something different with my hands.
There's no way that kid has internet access.
right. That's such a good observation. But yeah, the 6 shadow puppets, they're on the wall. The camp counselors are in the room and they're like, hey guys, please stop. Because what I'm going to have to do if you don't stop is like talk to you about this. And I don't want to have to talk to you about this.
No one wants that.
I want you to understand that this isn't okay. He's like begging them to, but it's also very passive.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, I'm telling you to stop because legally I have to tell you to stop. If you don't listen, I'm asleep. But
Yeah.
like, I'm telling you right now, fucking knock that off.
Was there anyone going,
No, we were all giggling like bitches though.
I bet.
The entire room was lit up because we're all like in like 5th grade. And God, I have so many. See, I hope you have stories is the thing because I have there's one kid that shat in the shower by accident.
oh, how do you do that by accident?
I think, have you never had a shit like that? Not in the shower, like a full shit. I just mean, have you ever been like doing something, driving, just whatever, and you go, whoa, I need to
yeah.
shit like in 30 seconds.
Yes, yeah.
I think he was a child and his 30 was more like an 8. And I think there was a moment of panic where he's like, I don't know. Cause like, luckily, you know, it was cool. Actually, I'm not like, I don't want to call this a cool thing. I don't want to be like,
Okay.
you know, it was awesome. Like it's an amenity, but private showers. I feel like there are some campgrounds that have just like the room and then like there are the different like spigots, but there's not really like walls.
I don't know if that's true for kid camps.
I've definitely
Maybe prisons.
your local YMCA even. My local YMCA does have a one
Yeah.
giant communal shower room. I stopped going to my YMCA.
Oh, why?
I have a gym where there are private showers.
Ah.
So I think he had 8 seconds or like maybe even 10 before it was, fuck it. Let's call it 30 seconds where this kid was like, I need to shit. I think he was panicking because he's showering, right? And he's like lathered and he's just like, oh no, I need to shit. I'm in the shower. I need to grab my towel. Where's my towel at? It's out there. I need to turn the water off. Do I leave it on? Fuck. I need to rinse the soap off. I need to shit. And he's panicking and he rips off the curtain and he runs and his shit falls out and he like slides into the fucking, he run. Imagine like a newborn deer on a freshly waxed floor.
But he's shitting.
He's soapy and wet and butt naked and he's running. And I never saw the shit, but I got to see him run and it was
Oh.
and I had to go to my camp counselor who was busy like doing something with like getting people together and organizing stuff because like we had to go do something. We were going to a meeting or an event or something. And I'm like, hey, Jeremy pooped. And he was like, great. And I was like, no, there's an accident. And he's like, oh no, was he like dressed? And I was like, no, do you just want to see? And he was like, see? And I'm like, yeah, he pooped on the floor.
I swear to God, I'm 7 years old. Oh my God.
So was I. And so here's the thing. This had to be my 2nd or 3rd year there because the counselor that I had by that point kind of knew me because he trusted me enough in that moment to go, at this very moment, the older group of kids is having their fireplace right now with the camp director. I need you to go tell the camp director that because she was going to delegate the person to clean it up. He didn't know who to ask to clean it.
Right.
And he knew for a fact, he's like, that shit's not my job.
Yeah.
Quite literally, that shit is not my job, period, after every word. And I said, okay, I'll go tell her. So like I'm 9. I'm like hair still wet from being in the shower myself. And I like go out and I like go down to the fireside, and the camp leader.
It does.
It does what?
It does.
It does what?
It does.
What does it do? When I squeeze it, the water comes out.
It does.
Of course it does. Why wouldn't it?
I don't know. I didn't know if there was
What cup wouldn't spew the water out?
I don't know if there was a stop on it. Because if I do it,
that's the stop.
so when it's down, it won't. Is what you're telling me?
Unless you do it hard enough to where the pressure pushes it up.
So that harder than that. Continue.
Okay. So I go down to the fireside, and I find the camp director, and I'm like, hey, and she goes, hey James, where's your group? Also, this is the older people's. Where's your counselor? Jim, are you alone? Or James, are you alone? I was like, hey, Jeremy pooped on the floor. And
Did you say it loud enough for all the other older people to hear?
No.
Damn.
I definitely knew there was shame, and by this point, I was like trying to protect him.
Yeah.
Like I was like chuckling to me,
Sure.
but like I was like, hey, so like Jeremy pooped, and she was like, what? And I was like, Jeremy pooped. She was like, oh no, was he like dressed? Or I was like, no. Do you want to see? She was like, see, like, so. You know what? You want to know why she's a fucking trooper?
I do.
I'm pretty sure she didn't delegate this. I'm pretty
Wow,
sure
she
she
just
went where? She went like mom mode.
Where?
Yeah, like part of what made her an amazing camp director is like one, how much she loved all of her kids there.
Aw.
And the fact that like, yeah, she went mom mode. She was like, oh, he shot on the floor. And I was like, well, first off language, but yeah. And she was like, okay. And then she came back with me to my cabin. And by then, like Jeremy's in the corner of the room, like wrapped in a towel. Like he's dressed. He has like shorts on, but he's shirtless and he has a towel over him. And he's just like sitting there, pathetic. And she goes, hey, Jer, you okay? He's like, yeah.
Do you wipe after that?
He must have, because he did make it. I mean, yeah, first he fucking bodied himself into the wall because, like I said, baby deer, waxed floor. He's running and he's and then he stands back up and like crawls onto the toilet, and it's like by then the movement's over.
When was
Like the concert's done, the band's away, they've done their encore. It's done. You're good.
When was he spewing the shit?
Like I'm pretty sure, if memory serves, it was halfway between the shower and so the way the room was built.
Yeah, I
Imagine a
need this.
perfectly square room.
Okay.
And then in the top middle, there is a T shape that extends down and then T on either side. So it's an upside down T, and put the top of that new shape. Okay, I don't want to call it dick shaped, but an upside down T is reminiscent of
It is.
a dick. So that's the room. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
So on this side, with this T, this little area, these are the showers, and the other part of the T were the toilets.
Yeah.
So he had to run from, I believe, the upper leftmost shower down, across, up to the toilets.
It's not gonna happen.
And it was halfway between there where all the row of sinks are.
It's not gonna happen, Jer. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Jerry, you weren't gonna make it.
God, I hope he watches the show. I would pay money.
There's no way on God's
way.
green earth that this kid that I do not remember the name of, Jeremy's a fake name, that
I'm just.
that
I pray.
oh yeah, personally, hey buddy, if you're out there, I look so much differently than I did back then, by the way. I was not only like a bit chubbier then, but I had some like weight on me then. I also we could talk about my allergies next.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the allergies.
Okay, so they were fine. The camp people were fine. I had a great time at camp. Could have handled this better, the whole allergy thing, because they gave me Benadryl, and yeah, of course it kind of made me sleepy. But when I got home, even with Benadryl, my mom immediately got terrified because she saw me,
Yeah.
and I was like, double the size I should have been, and red and kind of itchy. And she's like, we need to talk to an allergist. And that's when I started taking the shots and everything and taking allergy meds. That's when I learned I had allergies. And for those that don't know, it's becoming more ever present in my life. So maybe it's something worth sharing. Before, I didn't talk about it with
Are
people.
they itchy?
No.
They're just red.
Well, they're also not itchy because I have way more than the recommended dose of my allergy med in me.
Oh.
I'm on 2 of them.
Gotcha.
I'm on one 24-hour Allegra hives medication, and then I'm on a 10 milligram cetrizine, which is just Zyrtec, the non-drowsy.
I take Zyrtec. I take Zyrtec.
Okay, so 10 milligrams daily.
Mm.
I pretty much in the morning take 2 immediately, and then like 8 to 12 hours later, I take another. So I have 3 a day instead of 1, and the hives meds. Because I need them all. Because look,
Yeah, there's quite a plenty.
So I have way more than I should have in my system, and I'm still kind of spotted all over.
Yeah.
I'm like a gecko. A spotted one. Anyway. That's when I learned I had allergies because I didn't have them in Florida.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't have, because the allergens, well, here's the thing. I was allergic to like milk and everything. That doesn't change.
Yeah.
But I need to pass a threshold before symptoms happen. I'm allowed like a lot of wiggle room with my allergens.
Yeah.
I can like eat a bag of peanuts and that puts me here.
Mm.
I can like have some milk and that puts me like a little here. Camp was everything.
Yeah.
Because in Florida, like I said, all my local trees, grasses, pollens, molds, like nothing, I wasn't allergic to any of it. But after I moved to Tennessee, I later learned after going to camp and then reacting like that, we went to the allergist and he did the test and he was like, yeah, you're allergic to every tree and grass in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I was like, cool.
Should move back to Florida.
Honestly. Or yeah, we'll see. But I started taking shots for that. Now I'm fine. But if during the summer camp content you look at my arm or leg and you see it's very, very red and welty and spotty and scary looking, I'm okay. I'm fine. So you tell a story.
Stories from
Any
camp?
shit on the floor? Any?
Dude, my camps were legit so boring.
Really?
I met really cool people that I enjoyed. Like I became friends with them. You're only friends with the people for a week.
Yeah.
You literally have no contact afterwards. Dude, like,
I don't know if this is a neurodivergent thing, but have you ever went in your adult or childhood life and went, I'm only going to see these people for a week or a weekend. I have an opportunity. And just put on an accent, walk with a limp, use a different name.
Absolutely.
I did that once on a cruise for an entire cruise. I was like, I would go to the children's, they have, if you've never gone on a cruise, they have, for the younger people, they have a teen group and then they have like a kids group. And those are to get you the hell away from your parents so your parents can enjoy their cruise. Mm-hmm. So I would go to the like kids group and one of the times I went on a cruise, I was just like, my name's Jack. And I just went by Jack.
You can do that.
Here's the thing though. I will answer that.
Yeah.
So for a week, it was flawless. Every time someone said Jack, I was like,
Hey,
yeah.
Jack.
And then like the last day, I was just like, we became friends and we were like, do y'all want to talk after this cruise? And we swapped like email addresses. I was like, oh, by the way, if you're trying to find me online, my name's James. And they were like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not diagnosed at this point in my life.
That's so funny.
I'm still friends with these guys. We have a group chat on Facebook. It's called AmeriCanada because they were all French Canadian, or not all French Canadian. There was one French Canadian and then the other cool Canadians. So and then there was me and then like one other American. And yeah, we still have that group chat. And like every now and again, like once every like 2 years, we'll like do a little FaceTime.
That's so cute.
Yeah. We won't even plan it. So we'll just be drunk and start one.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I do have one. So you told the story about there was a shitter.
Yeah, there was a guy that shit. Were you the shitter? Yeah, because I know you and your ass. I know your ass.
Yeah, you were describing the like. You started off with, sometimes you're like, I'm pooping right now, and I was being like,
Christian, you have to know this feeling.
Yeah, I was like, Christian did that this morning.
I think that doesn't register because that's just me every time I have to poop.
Because it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
It's literally like I was doing the show and went, whoa, okay, guys, I'm sorry, I got it really quick. Like,
See, that's
sometimes that just happens.
That's every time.
That's unreal.
It's probably 80% of the time.
Does that happen with piss?
No.
When you have to piss, you go, well, I gotta piss. It's
Just
that
poop.
one sneaks up
'Cause
on you and
poop
you're like,
drops. Pee crawls. And it gives you notice.
it does. Pee gives you so much more notice.
Poop does not.
You're like, hey, I kind of gotta go pee. I'll do it in the next 45 minutes because that's how long I have as an adult.
Pee calls before you leaves. Poop is just, now, bud, come on. But pee is like, hey, I'm going to be there in like 30 minutes. I'm about to leave, getting dressed right now. See you soon.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, so you ever go to a party and you see someone you weren't expecting, you're like, oh, you're here.
That's poop.
Sometimes with poop, it just has to be one of those occasions where you learn it's going to happen when he's there. And it's just,
Yeah.
hey, man, start running. And you're like, ah.
Yeah, poop's funny. Anyway, I was at camp. This was 7th grade.
Seventh grade.
What if I started... What if I started telling the story and I was like, I was pretty young, and I remember being in the shower, and all of a sudden, like, a poop really had to hit.
And I was covered in soap, and I was like, oh, do I turn off the shower? Do I get my towel?
And I was Jeremy. No, that did not happen. But I was in 7th grade, and it was infamous. Okay, so I'll preface with, for 5 years after this, I was known as the blank guy. I was known as the Funyun Guy.
Okay. Okay. Is this a
Okay.
this one time at summer camp type story?
Huh? This happened at
How
summer
many
camp.
Funyuns?
A lot.
Keep going.
No, not that.
Keep going. Keep going.
Not that.
Keep
though.
going. What is your story?
Okay. So, were you going towards like?
Who's to say? Keep going. I want to hear where you're going more than you want to know where I am.
So
I'll tell you, but in a moment.
I was in 7th grade, and I came back to our room with a bag of Funyuns.
Cool.
Big old bag.
Awesome.
Large bag of Funyuns.
Whoa, where the fuck did you get?
They had like this was like I'm telling you, this is the premier camp of the state of North Carolina. This is where everyone goes. So they had like gift shop type stores that like had.
You did not go to a camp. You went to like not a resort. That's too fancy.
Retreat, though.
You went to a retreat.
It's
They might have called it a camp, but that sounds there's a tax bracket difference going on somewhere, and you might not have had the tax bracket, but the camp owners did.
it's pretty cheap.
A lot of my camp was concrete. Like if you weren't walking
Oh.
on a trail,
Yeah.
like it was very outdoor. Have you been to the Clyde
I
Austin 4-H
gotcha.
Center?
Yeah.
See, that
Okay.
was my first. That was my 4th grade camp experience.
Okay,
But yes, you're right. 7th grade,
it was a little bougie,
it was a little bougie.
and not only were there like because I could
it's in the
could
mountains.
I could let you pass with there was a vending machine that I got a mini bag of Funyuns out of, but you went to a store
Yeah.
at your camp. Your camp had
Yeah.
a grocery store?
It was like, I believe they called it the snack
The
shack.
mini mart.
The snack
The
shack.
canteen.
They called it the snack shack.
Snack shack. So you went
Yeah.
to the snack shack and you bought an entire ass bag of Funyuns.
Yeah, family size bag of
Okay.
Funyuns. And I ate the whole thing in
Okay.
one sitting.
Okay. I'm proud of you.
And then chemical warfare began
Because your ass is your ass.
because my ass is my ass. And I started farting. I started farting bad.
Yeah.
And I like when I tell you I've smelled lots of smells in my life. This incident
Yeah.
was the worst smell I've ever smelled in my
I think
entire
as
life.
an adult camp counselor in charge of a group of children, I wouldn't mind looking at how old were you? 7th grade?
Yeah, 12, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind looking at a 12-year-old and going, "Hey, bud, outside, like half hour.
The
You
problem
can come back in when you're done, but like outside for at least a half hour, bud.
the problem
Give me
is
2 laps around the building and come back in.
this wasn't like a cabin situation.
Okay.
This was like you're gonna make fun of me for being bougie, but it was like a hotel situation.
Oh.
We weren't in a hotel. We weren't in a hotel, but it was.
there was a building with multiple floors.
There were like
Elevators?
There were over 1,000 kids. You couldn't fit them all in a bunch of cabins. It'd be a shitload of cabins.
Yeah.
So you'd had floors and like sections of floors designated to whichever group of kids that were there.
Is it like a convention?
It's in the mountains.
I'm going
It's
to
at
say
Ridgecrest.
I'm
Does
going to
anybody
say
know
a
where-
number of things that I did at camp, and I want to know if you did it at camp.
Okay.
Archery,
Yeah. I believe it was available.
fishing,
It was not available.
BB shooting,
Not available.
muzzle loaders.
I don't even know what that is.
It's another type of gun
probably
where you
not,
load it through the muzzle.
probably not available.
I mean, skeet shooting.
I did some of that.
Okay.
Oh wait, were you talking with the?
Pull kind of thing.
Oh, I did. They
Um,
did not have that.
No, I pulled, but no, the bougiest thing we had a pool. Did you have
Oh,
a pool?
sick.
Did you go swimming?
We did have a pool.
There you go. So that's the bougiest thing we had at Clyde Austin was a pool.
Sand volleyball on the dirt, not
Yes,
the sand?
absolutely.
Is it dirt or sand?
It was sand.
Ours was like half and half. There was sand in there, but it got kicked out and weeds grew up through and no one cared.
That might have been us. We might have had like sand with some dirt underneath.
We did one little fun activity where we were given like old ass GPS. Like this was like do you remember TomToms? Before phones could navigate, but after MapQuest, the car GPS.
Mm-hmm.
You would have to buy like an external unit.
Oh,
put
yeah.
in the address on the
I know what
TomTom is
that's-
just a brand of that.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what they were called.
So, this is after MapQuest, before phones had like that navigation capability.
Yeah.
So this was kind of like, I don't know, it was a GPS, man. And they gave us like coordinates and we would go to like a telephone pole over here.
That's
and
cool.
it had a leather stamp nailed into it. And the leather stamp was stamped with a letter like T, and it's on a little leather piece that's nailed into the pole. And we'd put the T at that coordinate and then it would like spell a word or something.
That's cool.
So like you learned how to use GPS essentially.
Neato. So I got these Funyuns.
You ate the whole bag of Funyuns. You started shitting like you're tooting like crazy.
I was tooting like crazy.
Yeah.
Toots were going nuts right at this point.
In my mind, you tooted, and instead of like a fart cloud like in cartoons,
yeah.
it like have you ever seen someone blow a smoke ring?
Yeah.
It made like an onion, like an onion ring, as it floated away.
It did.
So I went, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. And then
Yeah.
what? What happened?
So and then my roommates, I had two roommates. And
In your hotel room.
in my hotel room, they were like, dude. And I was like, what? And they're like, you gotta stop. Like this is
You have
to stop. They're like, this like it hurts. It's not good. I was like, I can't help it. It hurts to like hold it in. And they were like, we don't care.
They went, hey bud, outside.
They were like, you need to go into your private bathroom. And I'm joking. I'm
Yeah, I
joking.
know.
I'm joking.
I know. But
Um,
each room had a bathroom.
each room had
which
a bathroom.
means you
yes.
only ever shared a bathroom with 3 people.
two other people.
You shared, yeah, you're correct. 3 people shared it, but
Yeah.
you shared it with 2 people.
So they started gagging.
I think I shared the communal because here's the thing, right? So the cabin. Do you mind if I put a pin in that to explain the cabins really fast?
Just we'll leave off with they were gagging. So
The
move on.
way that the cabins worked was that they all had a front door,
Yeah.
but they were all also connected
Okay.
in a way, or at least they were in pairs of 2.
Yeah.
So you would go into one side of the building and it was twin or bunk beds on either side of the room, like 10 back. And then there was like a ladder, and then there was like 2 more on either side on like an upper area. And then on the side of this room, there was a door to that T shape, the showers, toilets. And at the bottom right of that T-shaped toilet room was a door that led to a perfectly symmetrical other cabin. And it was like younger group, older group boys, and then the other building was younger group, older group girls. So I was sharing a shower space and a bathroom space with 96 guys.
95 guys.
95 guys. You're correct. I was sharing it with 95 guys, but 96 guys were sharing it.
Yes, correct.
Fuck. Almost 100 dudes were using the same like 6 showers.
Yeah, that's not okay. I'm gonna just put that out there. That's not okay.
it
Period.
is okay, and it's summer camp. That is what summer camp is, my
I
guy.
don't think so.
When
Where's your private bathroom? Where's your like complimentary robes and candies?
Where's your elevator that takes you to the 4th floor of a hotel? What the fuck? What, y'all don't even have like a concert on Wednesday? You don't have like a big concert on Friday with like a bit like who's a Christian singer? Like Mac.
Toby Mac.
Toby Mac. There we
That's
go.
the one
All I knew was
everyone
Mac.
knows. Everyone knows that one.
Mac.
Went to his concert. When
What
I was
about
young.
I'm They? Do you know I'm They?
I'm They.
Yeah. It's
I
a
know.
Christian band.
I don't.
I saw them perform.
It's cool.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah. I'm still, you know what's weird? Hey Seth, don't put this in. Funyuns, you were tooting.
I was
the
tooting.
boys were gagging.
They
and
were
what?
they were gagging like hard, and they were pretty close to throwing up, and I didn't stop. Like I didn't.
Okay, yeah, you couldn't. It's
No.
not like I just to fuck with them. I kept doing it. No,
No.
you were farting, my guy.
This became
I do be farting.
This became an involuntary act of farting. I wasn't trying to fart.
Yeah, I know.
It was just happening, and no matter how hard I tried,
I don't think you've ever had a voluntary fart in your life.
I have voluntary farts 80% of the time.
You elect to fart. Not, oh, I have to fart and I'm going to allow this to happen. I mean, like,
No, I mean like I'm like, oh, there's a fart somewhere in there. Let me find it.
that's the thing. There's a fart somewhere in there.
Right.
Like,
And so I had to find it and go.
see, you're finding, your farts are naturally occurring, but you're forcing them to happen when you want them. But the fart is there.
Oh yeah, I don't manifest fart.
So you're on a tirade of ceaseless tooting.
Yes.
And these boys are maybe crying, maybe because it's onions, right?
Yes.
So
it is
they're
onions.
they're on the ground, they're gagging, they can't
Yeah.
breathe.
They are having trouble breathing, and
Yeah.
they're about to throw up, and
Yeah.
they leave the room.
Yeah.
They go to get the youth leader.
Yeah.
Because this was with a youth group,
Yeah.
so they will go and get the youth leader.
Hey, can you? I don't even think you should get the nerd. Can you come pray over Christian?
They went to him and they said, Christian won't stop farting, and I need you, like, we really need you to come in and fix it.
we need you to fix.
Yeah.
It's not like a hey, can you help figure out a I need you to fix this, or I'm gonna stop believing.
The best part is he was like, you guys are probably over exaggerating, and they were like, we're really not, and he was like, oh my, okay. He walks down. This second,
It should have been he had Funyuns, and he's like, by God, how many? And they look at him, and a single tear falls, and he's like, not the whole bag, please.
The second he walks in, he goes, and like he walked in, it hit him, and then he couldn't like gag there. He had to turn around, walk back into the hallway, and go.
Monster house situation.
Yes,
It was a perfect monster house
It
situation.
really was. And then he comes back and he goes. He's just like, all I see is his face pop in and go, Christian, what have you been doing in here? If this wasn't Christian came,
Me holding an empty bag of Funyuns, mouth covered in fucking Funyun dust. Nothing. Reading, praying,
reading the Bible.
repenting.
So yeah, he's, what are you doing in here? I was like, I can't stop. And he was like, so he comes in, and he's like, he's holding his breath. He's not going like in his shirt. He literally will stick his head out to the thing and go, and then come in, and then he's spraying like, he probably sprayed a legit like 2 full cans of Febreze.
Do you want to know?
Go to a rampage.
Do you want to know? Do you want to know how I'm figuring out? Because we already know that this is a really bougie camp, right? I am able to locate the ceiling of the wealth that they have. I'm finding out they have a hard ceiling of wealth, which is openable windows. That's where they draw the line for you guys.
There actually were not openable windows. They were forced closed.
Weird.
Yeah, very
Are
weird.
hotel rooms always like that, or can you crack? I know it's for suicide, but like you can't even crack them.
We were on the bottom floor.
No, yeah, but like it's weird to install openable windows on the bottom floor and
And then
then.
not on the.
Yeah. Welcome
Oh, yeah.
to the. Oh, you're good.
So he's on
Hotel
a rampage,
California.
spraying the Febreze while also like,
Such a
and every
lonely
once in a while going back out into the hallway to get his refill his oxygen tank.
Such a lonely place. A tank, his lungs.
Yeah. And then we arrived on the idea that the 3 of us who were in that room needed to go somewhere else for like 2 or 3 hours.
Nope. Wrong. So what needed to happen was you needed to go somewhere else for 3 hours, and
No.
they tried to make you not feel ostracized.
No. The room could not be inhabitable for 2 or 3 hours. So he was like, if you can, he was like, can you guys sit in here? And they were like, no.
No.
Because one, you had the fart smell, and then you have 2 whole fucking cans of Febreze.
It
Just-
took 2 cans of Febreze for them to go, yeah, that's not eliminating. It is just mixing, and it is somehow worse.
We all
It smells like It smells like Funyun, ass, and clean linen in here, and I can't stand it for another moment. It smells like cashmere, woods, shit, and onion.
So we had to go into our friend's room.
They put you in another equally sized room
and they said,
with more people to torment?
And they said, Christian, if you need to fart, you need to go in the hallway.
Christian, if you need to...
Every like 35 seconds, I just had to get up, walk over to the door, stick my ass out the door.
You said every 30 seconds I needed to walk to... What you needed to do was stay in the hallway. What you needed to do was realize maybe this is something where I shouldn't be communing with my friends. This isn't a fellowship moment. I imagine 5 children cowered in the corner of a room, just looking at you, door open, ass out in the hallway. There were people that were in the hotel that wasn't for the retreat, and they were like, oh, honey, room 308? It's just past the... Oh, they have their door open, and it's your ass out the door.
It wasn't a hotel. It wasn't a hotel.
Okay.
It was a hotel style
type
thing, but it was exclusive to the camp. Only campers were there. But there were people who were not part of our youth group who would be like, all right, time to go to our... And then all of a sudden they just see an ass stick out the door and just a rip. And then it would sit there for like 20 more seconds to make sure that they don't bring the fart back inside.
Yeah.
And then they just go back in. And this was a story that was told every single year. I didn't go to that camp anymore, but this was told to the other kids every single year.
What was the name of the camp?
Do you know they banned Funyuns?
Stop!
No.
Shut the fuck up! What do you mean? What do you mean? Do you mean that the snack shack stopped selling them? Or that they were there, but the price tag said fucking don't? Or it said $1.80. No, not the whole bag. No, we sell Funyuns only in the little bags, and it's a quantity 2 per customer.
The youth group. The
Yeah.
entire camp did not hear about this story and then ban Funyuns. No.
What is the name of the camp?
Centrikid.
Centrikid?
Centrikid. Centrikid.
Take kid out. What is Centra?
I don't fucking know. Centra.
These nuts.
We're doing
Hello,
Centra-
campers, and welcome back to Camp Centrikid. I hope everyone, traveled safely. We're glad you're all here. We're glad you all made it. I'm your camp director. My name is Jim. A couple things about this week. We hope to have a great time with you all, but it's going to take a little bit from both of our sides. We're going to make sure y'all have a good time, but y'all need to make sure that each other have a good time, okay? So we're going to set some boundaries really quick. First things fucking first. We had a kid destroy an entire floor of a hotel room last year. He's not here this year, but to protect his identity, his name's Christian Rollman. He ate so many fucking... Please don't eat Funyuns, I swear to God. Here at Camp Centrikid, we do... there's nothing like Funyuns. I wanted to give a Funyun alternative. There's nothing like a Funyun.
Doritos.
We do
Bugles.
We do bugles here. We do bugles at Camp Centrikid now.
Yeah. We don't do Funyuns.
If you are caught with Funyuns, that is immediate. We'll call your parents. We'll send you home. There's no room in the kingdom of heaven for those that eat Funyuns.
So the youth group was like, all right, people are not allowed to eat Funyuns. So, and they called me Funyuns for years.
But they can't do that, though. They can ban Funyuns, sure. Sure, that's fine. They can do that.
Yeah.
They can say, hey, none of you eat Funyuns.
You can't eat Funyuns while
but
you're
you
here.
can't stop Christian Rollman.
No, you can't.
Because next year they would have been like, well, now we have to ban Doritos. Because if I know 2 things for sure, is that 1, as a human being, you gotta eat.
Yeah, I do.
And 2, as Christian Rollman, you gotta toot.
I do.
So no matter what it was, it's like, hey guys, welcome back to camp. This year it's going to be Funyuns, Doritos, Fritos, also barbecue Fritos. I don't know why he thought he would be allowed to do that one after the whole Frito thing the year before. Any type of fruit, anything with wheat in it.
How many years did I go?
I don't know. How many years did you go?
One.
It sounds like your experience was. It was like 1 year to each camp.
I went one.
Is it because you gassed each camp you went to?
No.
Do you think, okay, tell me, as an adult, do you think that you went to a new camp every time you went to camp because they just were doing a new event every time and it was like a new thing? Or do you think every single time someone had to talk to your parents and be like, he can't come back next year, you have to find another camp?
4th grade, I did Camp Grace, and then our church stopped doing that camp.
I think because...
No. I guarantee.
Hey, it's me, leader of Camp Grace. Hi, we can't have your church back.
You guys cannot come again.
We love you
because-
guys.
Yeah,
and
you were all very
like
nice.
98% fantastic.
No, we stopped going to Camp Grace, and then 7th grade we did Centrikid, and then 8th grade you can't go back.
Yeah.
8th grade is the cutoff. After they were like, what grade was that kid in? He was in 7th grade. Okay, 8th grade's the cutoff. You can't come when you're in 8th grade. Yeah, so 8th grade's the cutoff. You age out, and then you go to centrifuge, which is the
That's
older.
the Centra. You should have said that shit. I said, what the fuck is Centra? And you're like, I don't know.
So, like,
Centrifuge is a thing.
Yeah, That's exactly probably what it is. Centrifuge is for the older people.
It's the main camp.
It is the main camp.
Boy Scouts is the main thing. Everyone knows Boy Scouts. When I tell people I was in
Cub
Cub
Scout.
Scouts, they go, what the fuck
What
is
is
that?
that?
And I go,
That's
it's
true.
Boy Scouts. It's the same organization. It's just for young people.
Yeah, that's true. Boy, what's younger than a boy? I don't know. A cub? We'll just change the entire species.
And it was like multiple things as well, because like as you ranked up each year, you went from like a Bear Scout.
Right.
You went from like a Bear Scout, like a Bear Cub Scout,
Yeah.
like a Bear Scout, and now you're like a Wolf Scout.
Yeah.
And then the last one was Weeblos.
Weeblos?
It's not a real animal. It's a
No
Boy Scout
kidding.
thing. It's Weeblos. It means like we be loyal scouts.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. That's the corniest thing I've ever heard in my
Hey,
life.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even fucking with you. You can look it up, and that is real.
Oh, I believe you.
Weeblos. W-E. Maybe B-L-B-A. Weebellows. Weeblos. It's we be loyal scouts or we'll be loyal scouts.
That had to give the wrong impression to some of the counselors there, and that's why
I just don't get bear, wolf, other thing, Weeblos. It's like you could have just. That's Cub Scouts, baby. What's
Weeblos.
weird is that I don't think I ever went to a Cub Scout camp. Okay, so last story I had. I don't know if it was the last year that this counselor went, because I think it also might have coincided with the last year that I went to the camp.
Mhm.
It might have been the last year that he went because he snapped. We accidentally made a counselor snap. And by we, I mean I did not be involved because I knew what was going to happen. But essentially,
Oh no.
we were going to have a water balloon fight.
Uh-huh.
So
Great.
all the water balloons are prepared, tied, maybe even color coordinated for the teams. And the cooler was set down.
Who put pee in one?
No one put pee in anything.
Okay, good.
I don't know what happened. I was there.
It was all a blur.
It was. I was there, right? But like I wasn't really paying attention because nothing started yet, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna describe what I swear to God might not be true, but I promise you, to the best of my recollection, this is what I remember. Whether or not this happened, but I remember us all just chilling. There are a lot of kids. I think it might be like more than one age group even. Like there's a couple guys. And we're all just like doing field stuff. We're all like playing, doing separate stuff. Some people are playing Foursquare. Some people are doing this, doing that. And the dude brings out the cooler, sets it down, and he opens it up. And there are all the water balloons. And he takes a few step backs. And he's like, alrighty. So the way that this is going to work, and kids saw water balloons in the cooler. And I mean probably 20 to 25 kids sprinted to that, picked up as many as they could fit in their arms, and started pelting each other. And he's like, no, wait, guys. He starts getting fucking hit with them like crazy. He's like, guys. And he's still trying to maintain composure because he's a counselor talking to kids. And he's getting hit with them. Everyone's getting hit with them. The amount that we have for the game is slowly depleting. And I'm like 20, 30 feet away from all. It's animalistic. It went Lord of the Flies in 0 to 100. Like, it was a battle royale. It was free for all. No one was safe. I was like, uh-oh. And I saw him getting mad. And I was like, no, this can't be good. Because he was one of the ones that like took it not too seriously, but he took it kind of seriously. Like he was like hey, I want everyone to have fun, but like don't mess around. Like there are
Aw.
times to play.
This is sad.
It is. And like I'm like, oh no. Like I saw everything. It was like slow-mo. So like water's flying everywhere. He's kind of half soaked at this point. And he just snaps and proper. And he goes, do you all want a water balloon fight? Because this is over. It's done. This is not how you do it, guys. Stop. And all like, I swear to God, if water balloons could stop midair, they would have. Like he commanded the respect of every living and non-living thing within like 100 feet of him. It was like a D&D spell. He cast it and it was like, hey, even the trees stopped blowing in the wind to listen to you in this moment. And I believe the camp counselor at this point, like, I think she had caught wind of like hey, what the hell's happening of the water balloons maybe 3 seconds before he snapped.
Oh.
So she went, what's happening? There's a lot of commotion. There's a lot of volume. She looks and that's like the first thing she saw. And she like did that what is it called? When you're not running, you're walking, but you're the speed of running. You're like, you know what I'm talking about? Like she quickly went over to him, put a hand on his back and started walking away with him and was like calming him like, hey man, don't. Like, hey man, let's calm down. And she took him aside and like, I think at that point, maybe 70% of the kids sobered up from their drunken water balloon filled rage. And they were like, oh, this was like a coordinated game. And I knew that. And I was told it was going to be a coordinated game. But I just got so fucking excited when I saw the water balloons. I'm going to put these down. And then the other 30% was like, Grady's gone! And they kept getting thrown. And by the way, we didn't have a water balloon fight. It was over. And I'm fine with that personally. I didn't care for it. I was like, I have to get wet but not be in a pool. My brain couldn't comprehend it.
That's insane.
I was like, I'm wearing clothes right now. Like, I don't want to get wet. But that is what happened. And I feel so bad for him.
Yeah,
I do. I feel bad for him.
that's
I
really
think I felt
sad.
bad for him as a kid and an adult.
Yeah.
But I don't get how. So I know for a fact that they're like the vast majority of kids don't have empathy.
Right.
They cannot understand
doesn't-
being put in anyone else's shoes.
Yeah, it doesn't happen yet.
They were like, I'm just throwing water balloons. Why is this guy getting mad?
Yeah. What's
Because
this
they didn't
guy's
realize
deal?
that like other people wanted a proper water balloon
Yeah.
fight. People had expectations for what this would be.
Yeah.
And yeah, I felt bad for him then. I feel bad for him now. But God, I can still, because hey, reality comes in layers.
Yeah.
Reality comes in layers. And while I know that it was a bad time, and it might have even traumatized a kid or two, I bet Jeremy's somewhere and he still can't
Yeah.
like he still can't look at a water balloon because he'll remember.
Yeah. He also probably hasn't showered in years.
He's terrified of it. Yeah, we never had a water balloon fight. I felt bad for him, but I'm also I'm allowed to laugh.
Absolutely.
That's looking back,
hilarious.
that's funny as shit.
It's so funny.
God, he was so mad.
Yeah.
But that was camp. Those are a couple of my camp stories, and we hope that we are able to provide you with some type of camp story yourself. Are we gonna shit in the shower? Who's to say? We have 4 weeks of camp activities coming up. I don't want to spoil too much, but we got some fun stuff.
It's going to be a good time.
It's gonna be a good time. So, is there anything else you want to say before leaving this entire season? Because because just like last season finale, it was like 50 minutes of stuff and then 10 minutes of like, bye, let's talk about stuff. So we can spend like 5 minutes on, do you have a high point from this season? We started this season in Wallace's temporary setup.
This, I will say, this was the longest season. Because first season did not feel long at all.
Uh-huh.
It felt like, boom, we're meeting each other and now we're starting season 2. Like we did the podcast, yeah, this is fun. Whoa, it's season 2 and we're in person now.
Do you think it had to do with the Discord thing?
Probably.
Oh
And
yeah,
it was
yeah. Because
weekly.
think about it. We log on.
Yep.
We talk for an hour. It's off.
Done.
But now, because of the in-person thing, in your mind, ABP is now also taking up a 6-hour round trip drive every
Yeah.
month.
Yeah.
It's taking
It's so much
a full
coordination.
studio day.
Yeah.
It's taking photo shoots, merchandise drops. We're filling our time with more ABP stuff, so
Yeah.
that's why it's feeling like a longer season.
And also it just feels like we have
We've grown more this season than we ever have.
Yeah.
As like a podcast. Like
yeah.
going from mid amateur level, lower amateur level to like we are right now probably at like an incredibly high amateur, if not low professional.
Yeah. These help.
The mics help, the set, we have our own set now. We didn't have
Yeah.
our own set at the beginning.
Yeah.
We didn't have any merch at the beginning of the
Nope.
season. This season was the introduction of merchandise, and this is only our second official drop,
Right.
but still, next season you might be able to expect
This is
4
our
total
this is our,
drops.
This is our first themed drop.
This is our first theme to drop. We're about to start doing themed drops because our first one was for the 100th episode, and now
Yeah.
that we're ready to be doing merch is typically going to have a theme.
But yeah, so this just felt like forever. It really feels long. Cause yeah, I when I think, oh, when we were at Wallace's, I think, oh yeah, that was
Like
all,
last year, 2
yeah,
years ago.
That was season 2. Season 2 was at Wallace's. Season 1 was Discord. Cause we were barely at Primordic.
We were barely at Primordic, and then there's Wallace's first room, and then
Right.
the second room at Wallace's.
Yes.
Hey, when we say Wallace, we mean 353 Studios.
Oh, yeah,
Wallace
sorry.
is the man that owns that studio.
Yeah.
So 353 Studios, if you remember.
So 353 is season 2 in my brain.
Yeah.
Season 1 is Discord. And then season 3 is here.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's like, oh, there was Primordic in season 2, and there was Seth's basement in season 2, and there
Oh,
was
yeah.
Seth's living room in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was Wallace's in season 2.
And then there
his
was my
first room.
parents' living room for the Christmas episode.
Yes, there was. Yes, there was. Yep. And then your parents' basement
Basement for a couple for the Halloweenish
for the Halloween
times.
ones. But season 3, it feels in my brain that we have established this set and this room in this building, but it hasn't really been that long in this building.
No.
3 or 4 sessions?
Oh, more than that though.
Really?
Yeah.
Because we did 2 at your
Maybe
parents.
5.
Maybe 5.
Maybe 6. I don't know.
I don't know. I can't keep track. But because there's only 12 to happen. 11. There's only 11 per season.
Yeah.
11 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Yeah.
we're not going to go through all that. But
You're
it just
fine.
feels like very long. And this feels like a really big, like, we've really been moving.
It was this season that we did a lot of stuff at my parents' house because we had left Wallace's.
Yep. And didn't have a space
but
yet.
didn't have a space yet.
Yeah.
And
didn't want to go to Johnson City for, well, sorry. We didn't want to go all the way to Seth's place.
yeah, good say.
Yeah.
We didn't want to go all the way to Seth's place for that.
In Johnson City. Yeah.
In Tennessee. What's his address? Well, if I knew it, I'd say it. But something that you might have noticed is save for the Thankmas live stream for all of our content except the Thanksmas live stream. We've had 0 guests this season.
Yeah.
And I believe I'm right. I mean, we've had like Merlin on and stuff, but like that's crew.
No proper guests.
No proper guest. And there is a reason. And it's because we were jumping place to place. We
Yeah.
went from 353 when we started to my parents' place. And like, what are we going to do at my parents' place
Yeah.
in terms of a guest?
Yeah.
Season 4, we're ready for guests again.
But
We
for
have a
real.
very specific way that we're going to be running that we think you all might really enjoy. And that we think is going to be fun, a little dynamic. And we're ready for proper guests again. So yeah, we started this season at 353 and then we moved to my parents' place in the basement. And then now, of course, we are here. We were in the... Oh, is this a reveal? Have we said that yet? Are we revealing that this is not the set that it was a couple months ago?
No.
Did we ever say that
I
out
don't think
loud?
we did. We're in a completely different room.
The whole white wall TV, 9-cube organizer, the poster. I want to think of, what, was it 2 sessions ago?
Yes.
So that's like, what, 8 episodes ago?
Yes.
Around 10 episodes ago, it was same set, different room altogether.
Yeah.
This room is not the one that we did was St. Patrick's Day like the last one we did
Yes.
in that
I
room?
believe so.
Then yeah, the St. Patrick's Day around March was the last time we were in that room. So we have all of our set here. We just moved all of it upstairs, same building. But we're here now. We're ready for guests. So we might have a couple in season 4 just because Nick Jones, who
Well-
was in the Thanksmas live stream,
Yeah.
he was originally going to be an episode guest, but
Yeah.
we did the live stream because we wanted guests and we wanted big names, and the voice of Chowder was going to be super fun. And I had such an amazing time with him, and I know that you did too,
He's a blast.
that I'd love to have him on the show. I'll message him and be like, hey, buddy, here's the thing, is that this is where we were when you agreed to do the show, and here's where we are now. I hope you understand why we waited.
Yeah.
I will say this, and this is exciting. For the next 4 weeks, you are going to get summer camp content.
Yoo-hoo.
5 weeks from now, it will be the first season or the first episode of season 4. We will be back. We'll be here on this set. Some changes here and there, maybe to the set, a little bit, minor ones, very minor changes to the set. But the show, I want to go ahead and announce for the first time that you're coming back to a different show. ABP at its core is changing. I don't want you to be scared because the show as it exists is still going to happen. The flow of your listening experience is going to be me and Christian telling stories and laughing, or talking about a topic, or looking at a Reddit. All of that is the same. What's changing is
We're going to be naked.
Yes, we are going to be exclusively, we signed a contract with Pornhub, and that's where all of our episodes are going to be. No, it's that the format is changing. It's not like hey, what do you have on your phone? We're not going to give away too much yet because this is all going to be revealed on the live stream that is happening on, let me get a date for that. You can do whatever.
Oh, hey, real quick, I'll say while you're looking that up, We are almost at 300 subscribers on YouTube.
We're 2 away
We're 2 away. We should be there
by the time this comes out for sure.
definitely by the time this comes out.
I'll put gentleman's bet $1 on the fact that we'll be at 300 by the time this episode's airing.
Hey man, if we aren't the day before, I will make 2 new accounts and I will subscribe with them.
No, here's the thing.
That's what I did for 100.
It's the YouTube Shorts consistently.
Oh, absolutely.
They're
it
getting
is.
followed.
They're getting more traction too.
Yeah, I
They're
love
starting
it.
to get more and
So-
more engagement, more comments. Just the fucking one
What?
of that dude talking about my giggle.
Yeah.
See,
you saw mine, right? As
I did,
as
yeah.
ABP.
So this is what I kind of wish Trauma Tuesdays would leave their hate comments up. I understand why they don't, and like that's all their thing. But also they're ruining the engagement, and I think they would like you get more traction the more comments you get, even if they are hate comments.
Because here's the thing. Do you want to know why I think they do it?
Well, Rachel
I
had
think
mentioned
from what
why.
I've heard,
Yeah.
is what?
It's that she doesn't want.
She's protecting the others. The other two.
Is that what it is?
I think she's protecting the others.
She had told us that she said she doesn't want it. She doesn't want other people seeing that and thinking it's okay and then commenting hate themselves. So if less, because how many times have you seen like a couple hate comments and you're kind of like, oh, I kind of want to leave a hate. You know what I mean?
No.
Never. I don't.
Before I go to the comments, I have my opinion on the video. And my
Well, what if you hate the video?
if I hate the video and then I go and there's a bunch of hate comments, I'll like them. That's it.
Okay.
I'll go, yeah, you're right. They do have they are bad at content.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I always get I'm always like, oh, I should say something funny. Not necessarily like I'm gonna hate comment. There's a difference between a hate comment and like making fun of a person.
yeah.
And I always get that inclination to like, ooh, I should make a joke. But then I don't because it's not good. But someone who doesn't have that in them, the filter in them that says, that's probably not right, will just see other hate comments and go, I wanna.
So here's what I
think she's trying to
would
stop
happen. If you're right, the more comments, even if they are hate comments, will get more engagement. And then all it takes is it coming across the For You page of their audience.
Exactly.
I think that's how they find their audience. And then when they find their audience and that audience starts liking it and the others start saying rude things in the comments, I think the algorithm is literally going to be like, oh, well,
These people.
this demographic, I'll just stop showing it to them. These people are always liking the video. These
Exactly.
people are always leaving bad comments. Because I'm pretty sure algorithms can tell.
They do. They can
If it's
tell
a-
negative versus positive comments
That's insane.
based on certain words. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that
I
crazy?
thought so.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
So it will stop showing it to them, and eventually you'll find yours audience.
Yeah. So I'm always a big proponent of leave your comments up. Sometimes, okay, so like I'm not even going to get into that. There are cases where you don't.
We've
But
said before.
most of the time, I would say yes.
We've said before that both of us would put money on the fact that Trauma Tuesdays is going to blow up before we do.
Yeah.
It's going to be like hey guys, it's your favorite neighborhood hot message. It's Rachel Keegan. And Sid. I don't want to leave one of them out. I was just going to do the first two for time. Like Sid is such a hard word to say. But it's like, hey guys, we have some friends that have asked us to tell you guys to go listen to them. This is a pity shout out to our friends.
Over at AB, what is it again?
It doesn't matter.
It's whatever.
It's not,
AB
not a
something.
good show.
It's a terrible show. Don't watch it.
I'm so excited for the format change of season 4
Me too. I'm really excited.
and the way that show is going to be run. It is quite literally unlike anything that we've done up until now. Because essentially, hey guys, why are we changing the show? Why are we about to change the core and format of what the show hinges around?
To make it worse.
To make it better in the long run. I mean, to make it a little more organized, a little less. So what do you have on your phone?
Yeah, because that can get so old so fast.
Oh yeah, and it has. So
Sure did.
uh,
Did last season.
it did. Yeah, it did last season.
Yeah.
But yeah. So we will be. Let me make sure I give you all the important dates. We want you here August 4th. We will be having a live stream.
Yes, sir.
It is a summer camp live stream.
Yes, sir.
You'll be playing some guitar. We'll be singing some camp songs. We'll have a little bonfire. This will be indoors, but like we'll have a little campfire, whatever. We're gonna play some games, have some challenges, and get ready for the season 4 premiere. During that live stream on August 4th, the time of the live stream will be announced at a later date. So keep your eyes on not only Patreon, but we'll announce it during one of the 4 summer episodes, the summer videos. we on that live stream, we are debuting live our new logo, our new you're gonna edit the theme song a little bit, and
yeah.
freshen it up, just kind of tighten it. The new theme, we're going to update everything, and that's all going to be shared live, and you'll get to see what it's going to look like and sound like and be like next season. Because I feel like I call the latter half of season 3, the second half of season 3, maybe even the last quarter of season 3, I like to call it season 1 part 2. Because season 1 was for building our presence as hosts and figuring out what the show was. The second season was, what was the second season?
Second season was
We definitely we were in a studio for the first time. We were figuring out a studio space, a studio schedule.
I think season 2 was also like figure out how to do this with each other, build chemistry in person.
Oh yeah, because in person changed everything.
Yeah, and then that was also when we started doing TikTok.
We blew up on TikTok a couple times and we earned a lot of followers from it. And if you're here from TikTok, then I thank you immensely.
Big time.
However, the latter half of season 3, TikTok has gone down to like 300 views per video.
Almost every single one.
Almost every single one. And that used to be our biggest form of getting followers. People would find us there and then come here. Now it's YouTube Shorts, and I don't know the demographic of YouTube Shorts, but I don't trust you. If you're here from YouTube Shorts, you got to prove to me you're cool in the comments. Like if you came from TikTok, I know that we vibe, but if you use YouTube Shorts non-ironically, then you're going to have to defend yourself to me.
I do.
Oh? You just watch YouTube Shorts?
I get stuck, yeah.
You're a monster.
I see one that I like, and then I scroll, and then I just find myself scrolling.
Oh my God.
Yeah, man. I do the same thing on Reels, and I do the same
But you're
thing on
enjoying them? Like the videos are good?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It is more...
I just don't get good videos.
Well, so YouTube is catered more to... So, like, we'll talk about this off camera.
We will.
It's not interesting.
So do you want to say bye?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want the
last-
guitar lightly playing in the back while we say
Yeah.
goodbye?
Feels like, yeah.
I feel like we should. I feel like that has to happen. There needs to be some light music in the back.
It's emotional.
It
Play minor.
is. There you go. Hey, we say it a lot, and I hope that the overexposure to us saying it does not dampen its truth. But we appreciate you guys for watching, for listening, commenting and interacting. Of course, the patrons, the mic lords, all of the memes in Discord, all the conversation we've had as at this point, still very small community. We are going to keep working tirelessly and relentlessly and put everything we can into this show. And our hope is that it grows, and one day it'll grow to the point where like that community is going to be a little harder to manage, and we're going to have less of a connection. But for now, well, this isn't goodbye. We have camp. You know,
It's always camp.
We can say goodbye to season 3 on the live stream at camp, because that's when we'll officially be saying hello to season 4. But we do want to thank you, and we hope that our constant thanks across all channels. We say thank you on Patreon. We put it in the Discord. Whenever we're able to communicate with you, one of the things we want to be saying is thanks for being here. It means a lot. It means that we're not screaming into the void. It means people are listening to our jokes and laughing at them, which for a comedian is what lets them exist. Because it's like if a tree falls in the wood and no one hears it. If a comedian tells a joke and no one's listening, I mean...
Is it a joke?
Is it a joke? Was it funny?
Who knows?
Was it funny if you heard it? Can you hear and it still not be funny? That's us. No, we do love you guys, truly. And we thank you. So this isn't a sad... We're not saying goodbye to anything. Literally in 5 weeks, we'll be right back here with season 4. It's going to be the same thing, but very different. I don't think you all understand how different I mean it's going to be. Things are happening. But camp starts next week. We hope to see you 1 week on Wednesday. And we'll go camping. We'll all go camping together. Make some s'mores. Is there anything you want to say before we head out? Then for the last time in season 3, this is Christian. I'm Jim Altman. And this has been season 3 of Anything But Politics. And we will see you with camp next week, but with season 4 in 5. But however long it is, I can shorten it, make it sweeter by saying we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. We love ya. Season 3.
Season 3, baby. It was a good one. Woo! Season 4 on the way. Peace out, everybody. See you at camp.
Everyone drive safe.
2, 3, 4.
Hey y'all, we just want to give a special thank you and shout out to all of our patrons from season 3. That's Jamie, Jess, Miller, Blake, Kat, Sky, Jessica, Keith, Brian, Rachel, Valerie, and Bailey. We've been able to do so much with your support. It's been such a great season. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Bye.
Boobies.
Tit fart. Yeah, you shat on the floor. It was funny. Every story I told was 100% true. I exaggerated nothing for all of that.
Did you exaggerate?
Nothing.
Really?
All of those were true stories.
Fully true.
Yes, 100% of them.
Mine too. My one story was true.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Summer camp is just a place for weird things happening.
Yeah, a lot of bodily functions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Seth, we're heading out.
Bye, Seth.
Do you want to say bye in your own special way, Seth? Seth, do you want to say goodbye to season 3 in your own special way? One last edit for the road. Something to, what's happening? Oh, there's something
Look
happening
at
on
Seth doing his
screen.
job.
There's text on screen. Maybe you have to read it. Maybe there's something happening with my voice. Maybe the audio's weird. I don't know.
Whoa, Jim, you sound so weird.
I know,
That's
all right?
crazy.
It's weird.
Now, wait, now my voice sounds weird. Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, my face is turning green. Now it's turning black. Seth, stop. Don't do that. Don't do that. I know a lot of people who would like me in the front and you in the back. People want to fuck this lizard a lot.
Because I'm gay.
Want to see my penis?
Big Penis McGee.
It was about average. Okay, I have a really short one. Oh, I want to be clear. I'm not covering up a boner. I'm not hard.
The gooch.
Boy. And by means any necessary. Don't blow it. Lick it off.
Shut the fuck up. I like the way it kind of like squishes my ball.
Nobody said she said bullshit.
He jacked off.
Oh, I found the sack.
You really want me to put it on my balls, huh? I'm sterile, by the way.
Ow, my penis.
Doing such a good job, you little piece of shit. Hey, if you put the whole thing in your mouth and swallow, I'll give you 4.
Thank Daddy.
Suck these nutsacks? God.
Are you sucking that like a binky?
Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck you.
Homie just had to poop.
Dude, I hate their buttholes. You ever butthole gets itchy? Got a hankering for some pink eye. Because I like them hard.
Whoa. I just caught you off guard with squirt.
Squirt, yeah. Where's the cum?
Show me the cum, Your Honor.
Stop it. They already did.
He's the gooch protector.